Most people don't have a saving problem. They have a strategy problem. Every month they promise to save what's left. Every month there's nothing left. And that's exactly why most people never build financial security. Most people are not failing because they are lazy. They are failing because their saving strategy depends on leftover money. And leftover money rarely survives real life. The truth about saving money is simple but uncomfortable. Saving is not what remains after spending. Saving is protected money. It is the part of your income that gets defended before life, pressure, impulse, debt, and emergencies take over. Before money can grow, it must first stop disappearing. If we were talking over coffee, I would put it this way. Saving is not just about putting money in an account. It is about creating distance between a problem and panic. A car repair is still frustrating when you have savings, but it does not automatically become credit card debt. A medical bill is still painful, but it does not have to turn into months of financial pressure. That is what savings gives you. Time, options, breathing room. And for many people, that breathing room is the first real step toward financial freedom. In May 2026, the U.S. personal saving rate was only 3.0%. At the same time, many adults may feel financially okay in normal months, but still struggle to cover a small emergency with cash. That tells us something important. A person can look stable when life is normal and still be fragile when life interrupts. This is why saving matters. Not because life is predictable, because life is not. And this is where most people misunderstand saving. They think saving is only about the amount. So if they can only save $10, $20, or $25, they feel like it does not matter. But saving is not only about the first amount, it is about the pattern. A person who saves $20 consistently is building a different relationship with money than someone who waits for a perfect month that never comes. That small amount may not change their net worth immediately, but it starts changing their identity. It says, I can keep money. I can prepare. I can delay spending. I can act before pressure comes. That matters because the first wealth-building skill is not investing. It is keeping money. And this is where most people accidentally sabotage their financial future. You cannot invest money you never keep. You cannot build an emergency fund from money that disappears. You cannot create financial security if every dollar is already assigned to the present. This is why the sentence, "I'll save when I earn more," can become dangerous. More income helps, especially for people dealing with high rent, food costs, childcare, debt, medical bills, or low wages. Some people are not careless. Their income is genuinely stretched. But for many earners, more income without structure simply creates more spending. A raise becomes a lifestyle upgrade. A bonus becomes a reward. A better job becomes more subscriptions, more eating out, and more comfort purchases. The income grows. The savings does not. That is why saving money the right way starts before the raise. You build the habit now so more money does not disappear later. Most people save after spending. Wealth builders save before spending. Saving after spending says, I'll save if life allows. Saving before spending says, my future gets paid before my impulses do. That is the pay yourself first strategy. It does not require you to be rich. It requires you to make saving a first decision instead of a leftover decision. This is where automation becomes powerful. If saving depends on memory, mood, motivation, or whatever remains at the end of the month, it will often fail. But when savings moves automatically on payday, the system works before emotions get involved. $10, $25, $50. The number can grow later. The habit must begin now. Automation beats intention because many people intend to save, but fewer build a system that saves for them. Savings should also be separated from spending money. If savings sits in the same account you use for groceries, fuel, bills, and impulse purchases, it feels available. And when money feels available, life will always find a reason to use it. A separate savings account creates friction. Not so much that you cannot access the money in a real emergency, but enough that you do not casually spend it, because the weekend felt stressful. One hidden reason many people cannot save money is that their savings is too close to their spending. Now, before we talk about how much to save, we need to talk about what saving is actually for. There are three major savings buckets. The first is your emergency fund. This is money for true financial shocks. Car repairs, medical needs, urgent home repairs, job loss, or income interruption. The job of an emergency fund is not to make you rich. It is to stop one problem from becoming a crisis. That is why emergency savings is not dead money. It is a shield. You do not judge a shield by how fast it multiplies. You judge it by whether it protects you when something hits. If you have no savings, credit cards can become your emergency fund. And that is an expensive emergency plan. A $600 car repair with no savings can become a credit card balance. Interest begins. The minimum payment reduces next month's cash flow. Now the repair is no longer just a repair. It has become a recurring burden. Savings interrupts that cycle. The second bucket is sinking funds. These are for predictable expenses that do not happen every week but eventually arrive. Car maintenance, holiday spending, school costs, insurance renewals, birthdays, home repairs, medical copays, family events. Many people call these surprises, but most are predictable expenses without a plan. A sinking fund turns future pressure into small monthly preparation. Instead of December becoming a financial emergency, you prepare all year. Instead of car maintenance destroying your budget, you contribute to a car fund. Instead of annual bills going on a credit card, you save toward them before they arrive. The third bucket is future goals. This could be a home deposit, education, business capital, travel, relocation, investing money, or any goal that gives your life more direction. Emergency savings protects you from falling backward. Sinking funds protect you from predictable pressure. Future savings helps you move forward. Together, those three buckets create a real saving strategy. Not random saving, not emotional saving, a system. But many beginners get discouraged because they hear, save 3 to 6 months of expenses and feel defeated. That target is useful, but it is not the first step for everyone. If you're starting from zero, start with proof. Start with your first $100, then build toward $1,000, then 1 month of essential expenses, then build from there. The goal is not to shame yourself with a number so large that you quit before you begin. The goal is to create momentum. A starter emergency fund gives you your first evidence that money can stay. And if you've ever saved money and then had to use it, listen carefully. Using emergency savings for an emergency is not failure. It is the fund doing its job. If your savings helped you avoid debt, panic, overdraft fees, or desperate borrowing, it worked. Yes, the account balance went down, but the damage was contained. That is what protection is supposed to do. The mistake is not using savings for a real emergency. The mistake is quitting afterward because you feel like progress disappeared. After an emergency, the next step is not shame. It is rebuilding. This is one of the most important mindset shifts in personal finance. Savings is not a trophy that must never be touched. Savings is a tool, and when the tool protects you, it has value. Another mistake is trying to save without a budget. If spending has no structure, savings will always be fighting the rest of your life. Food, rent, subscription, transport, debt, impulse spending, and family needs will keep pulling money in different directions. That is why saving connects directly to budgeting. Budgeting creates awareness. Saving creates stability. Investing creates growth. In that order. This is also why saving versus investing is often misunderstood. Investing matters for long-term wealth building. Saving alone will not make most people rich if income is low, inflation is high, and money is never invested. But investing without basic savings can be fragile. One emergency can force you to sell investments at the wrong time or borrow at high interest. Saving protects investing. It gives your investments time to grow without being interrupted by every financial shock. So emergency savings usually comes before aggressive investing, not because investing is unimportant, but because stability comes before growth. Debt must also be handled carefully. If you have high-interest debt, saving large amounts while that debt grows may not make sense, but having no savings at all can keep you trapped, because the next emergency may push you deeper into debt. A balanced approach works better. Build a small starter emergency fund. Keep saving a small amount consistently. Attack high-interest debt with focus. Then expand the emergency fund. That is, saving money the right way. Not extreme, not emotional, strategic. So here's the simple saving system. Choose one starter target, $100, $250, $500, or $1,000. Use a separate savings account so the money is not mixed with everyday spending. Automate the transfer on payday, even if the amount is small. Define what counts as a real emergency: urgent, necessary, and unexpected. Create one sinking fund for a predictable expense. Track why you withdraw from savings. And when savings is used for a real emergency, refill it without shame. This is how you start moving away from paycheck to paycheck living, not overnight, but by creating a buffer between your income and the next crisis. And if your income is low, this message is not here to shame you. Some people need more income. Some need debt relief. Some need lower housing costs. Some need better work opportunities. Some need family support, childcare support, or a different plan. Saving habits matter, but income reality also matters. The point is not to pretend every situation is easy. The point is to control the part you can control. Even small savings can change how you see yourself. A person who saves $25 every payday may not feel wealthy at first, but after a few months something changes. They have proof. They have a cushion. They have a new pattern. They are no longer only a spender. They are becoming someone who keeps money. And that identity shift is where better money habits begin. A savings account is not just money. It is time. It is patience. It is protection. It is the ability to pause before making desperate decisions. It can give you the confidence to avoid a high-interest loan, handle a problem without panic, wait for a better opportunity, or leave a situation that is costing you peace. That is why savings creates options. And options are one of the quietest forms of financial freedom. Here is the perspective shift. Most people see saving as denial. But saving is not about denying your present. It is about defending your future. It is not about becoming rich overnight. It is about becoming stable enough to make better decisions. It is not about never enjoying money. It is about enjoying life without every problem turning into debt. The person who learns to keep small money becomes prepared to manage bigger money. So saving money for beginners should not begin with shame. It should begin with structure. You're not behind because you failed as a person. You may be behind because no one taught you that saving is not a leftover activity. It is a first assignment. Before lifestyle claims the money. Before impulse takes it. Before subscriptions absorb it. Before the month becomes chaotic. Your future gets paid first. That is the truth about saving money. Saving is the bridge between paycheck survival and wealth building. On one side is survival, bills, stress, debt, and waiting for payday. On the other side is stability, investing, financial planning, ownership, and long-term freedom. Savings is the bridge that helps you cross. Without it, every emergency pushes you back. With it, you can keep moving. This month, do not try to save perfectly. Pick one savings goal. Automate one transfer. Create one sinking fund. Review your progress without shame. And if you use savings for a real emergency, rebuild without shame. Do not ask, did I save enough to impress anyone? Ask, Did I protect my future better than I did last month? That is the better question, because financial security starts with margin. A little space between income and the next problem. A little distance between pressure and panic. A little proof that money can stay. Over time, that proof becomes confidence. Confidence becomes discipline. Discipline becomes a system. And the system becomes the foundation for wealth building. You do not save because life is easy. You save because life is unpredictable. So the next time money enters your account, do not wait to see what is left. Give some of it a job immediately. Protect it, separate it, automate it. Let your future benefit from it. Because before money can make you wealthy, it has to stop disappearing. If this changed how you think about money, subscribe to Financial Awaken with Aaron for more insights that break down the hidden systems behind wealth.